Who is stronger, multinationals or nation states? That's quite a deep question that was already asked by some researchers in the past. For example, Harvard's professor Ray Vernon wrote a book some time ago called Sovereignty at Bay, uh, exploring the question whether nation states, governments, countries are increasingly losing sovereignty to multinational companies that are growing bigger and bigger, and according to some dimensions, might be larger in terms of the wealth or value added they create compared to many countries. So there's two approaches or two arguments that we can make. First is that multinationals did indeed become relatively more powerful in the last decades than the state, and the power of the state is eroding. You could use some examples related to the fact that big multinationals are able to extract really favorable terms from the governments. Um, they often pay less taxes. They even sometimes directly ask for subsidies, such as Amazon in its film production in New Zealand. When you have a large corporation, such as Amazon or Apple, and a small country, such as New Zealand or Ireland, the multinational large corporation often extracts quite favorable terms in terms of not paying enough taxes, for example. So that's one view. Another opposite view might be that actually it is the state, it is the nation state that is getting more powerful. And that has some support more recently. For example, China is a country where state has a large role, and its state-owned companies are getting increasingly profitable. Private companies are increasingly facing regulation. And it might be the best idea if you are in China to actually work for a state-or-state aligned company. China and its state was also really smart about imposing rules on foreign companies investing in its country, forcing all of them to form joint ventures so that the state and its companies and its people benefit. So in this case, a country is large. China was and is a very large country, very attractive market, and it was able to extract favorable terms from the MNCs. So in summary, it all depends on context, on the size of the country, the size of the company, perhaps the type of the industry that we're talking about, and that will affect who is more powerful, the MNC or the state.